going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Rob Durant podcast. Fellas, what's going on, man?
Much chilling. How y'all doing?
You're doing well, can't complain.
Doing well indeed. You know what else is doing well?
The
Some
MLB.
MLB playoffs, baby.
Let's talk about it.
They have been maybe one of the best overall playoffs I've seen in a while, man.
Yeah,
Dating back to like the wild card round too, not just this round here, the division series. Some really good games, a lot of comebacks, a lot of exciting baseball, a lot of teams just doing what they did when they got into the playoffs and continuing that stretch. So, what are you guys' thoughts?
Well, firstly, it's dope that all four games started 1-1. They're all
Yes.
tied. They were all tied up in the first after the first two games. So that was pretty cool. That means, we're seeing evenly matched teams go at it. Uh, this series that I've been most like I feel like has been like the most intriguing to me, besides obviously the Yankees, is the Padres and Dodgers series because those two teams have clear animosity towards each other.
I love
Lot
it.
of drama.
I love it.
Yeah, like I think Manny Machado and this dude were they were going at it for like 5 innings straight, I think. Just like it's so blatant how much of a big rivalry that, and they're not shying away from it. So I just love it. But yeah, it's been great. And I also shout out to the Mets. They just finished winning not too long ago, so they jumped ahead. Now they're up 2-1, and they could close out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm excited as well with all the games so far and how you mentioned that they're one and one the series. I was watching the Yankee game, the first game when they beat the not the Tigers,
The
when
Royals.
the Royals. That game because it was a little back and forth, right? And I'm at the bar watching it, and the Yankees are up. I think it was like towards the end of the game. I go to the bathroom, I come back, the Yankees are down. I'm like, what just happened? But then like they got their swing back and they ended up taking the lead, and that place erupted. And I was just the energy in there, man. It felt so good to feel that energy. I'm like, yes, this is what I love to watch. Like Yankees winning in the playoffs, Mets winning in the playoffs, just New York in the playoffs, right? So far that's what I've been enjoying. Unfortunately, the Yankees lost the second game, a tough game to lose at home, but I think they can still win on the road too. Um, and yeah, every series has been great so far, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, every series, like you guys said, every series has just been top notch. Excitement, one inning, 1 through 9. The Mets and Phillies series, like that game, those games have been incredible to watch. And just
Yeah.
a continuation of what the Mets have done getting into the playoffs. The Phillies now backing down. San Diego and Dodgers is like Cesar said, it's just straight drama, but like fun and energetic, and like you can see the crowds getting into it. Like I'm
Yeah.
loving it, man.
Yeah. I was a bit surprised that the Guardians took the first game, I think, against the Tigers because they were hot. The Tigers were hot, and surprisingly, they took the
They,
first game, but the Tigers won the next one. So
they blew them out the first game, so
Yeah.
yeah,
kudos to the Tigers for responding the way they did for game two.
yeah, yeah.
Yo,
I thought they were
that
dead to
pitcher,
rights.
that pitcher of theirs is the best pitcher in baseball. The dude
Mm-mm.
is disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
AL Cy Young, he has to win it. But that my man is disgusting, bro.
I hope it does not continue in these playoffs. I don't want to see
He's
him.
he's nasty, man.
Yeah. It's been great. So I had a quick question for y'all to pose you guys. How do y'all feel about them extending the playoff series to 7 games, like all rounds, kind of how like the NBA has it? So like the wild card round would be 7 games, the divisional round, the conference, and then the World Series. Do you think that would be good for baseball? I know there's already a lot of games, But do
Yeah.
you think it'll be good?
That would be a lot of games. I would say, I mean, for me, I wouldn't complain,
Mm-hmm.
but I think there's a level of excitement in that one game wild card, which gives it
Mm-hmm.
like that NFL feel,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which is like you got to bring your best. And on top of that, it's a lot of game planning even before that, because if you're not in the playoffs locked in yet,
Mm-hmm.
you have to kind of play for the playoffs, but at the same time play to make the playoffs. So like your rotation, your like who's getting rest days here and there. I think that one game wild card really brings that excitement.
Mm-hmm.
The other series, I'm not mad about. I'm not mad about the best of five being what it is. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like it because it's like a precursor to what we're gonna see in the next series to win the whole pennant and to win the American League or National League, and that being the 7 game series after that with the
So
World
it's like a
Series.
bit of a build up almost, like
Yeah,
round by round.
that's
Okay.
kind of what I feel like they did with the playoff format.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, Roberto. I kind of like the format they have. The one game for the extra wild card spot, then you got the best out of three in the wild card round, then best out of five in the divisional round, then best out of seven in the LCS. Like I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, maybe it's just because I'm just used to it by now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to having the best out of five series in the divisional round. It brings me back to those exciting series from back in the day with the Yankees against the Oakland A's when Jeter did
Ooh,
that amazing play at home. Got to do that in the rally
Mm-hmm.
throw. And also, shout out to the Seattle Mariners too, one time what they did to us in '95
man,
in a walk-off by Ken Griffey. So like, stuff like that, those game fives just hit different to me
they
now.
do, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am mad at it.
Like I hope
Appreciate
Dodgers Padres goes 5 game. Like
I I think so.
I
There's
think
no
so too.
way it cannot
I feel
be
like
five.
most of them
I
are
think
going
the
to.
baseball guys are just like, we cannot have
yeah.
this game not go to five.
Yeah.
You know what's fun too? Before we move on to the next topic, the the way baseball is right now, like there are no teams that are like the favorites. I
Right.
don't think there's one team that is above and beyond better than any other team they're facing or in general. Like if you look at the entire bracket, like I can't say like, oh, this team definitely has the advantage. Like normally in World Series, like you in playoffs, you can tell like what team has the edge. Like if you think back to 2009 when the Yankees got in, you knew they were going to win the championship. It was just like, all right, it's theirs to lose. I haven't felt that this year at all with any team, which is a testament to, I think, teams finally competing at a higher level with more chance to get into the playoffs.
I agree, and you can't judge these teams just after one game. As you saw, the
Mhm.
Guardians blew out the Tigers game one. Detroit comes back and they win 3-zip.
Yep.
Then you have the Dodgers and Padres. They had an amazing game one, back and forth action. Great. Game two, the Padres come in and they win like 10-2, something like that. So it's like you can't judge these games just based off one game. Like these teams just, I don't know, they're very, very evenly matched right now. And it's exciting to watch. It's exciting baseball, and the managers have their work cut out for them. So
Yeah.
we'll
Those
see
are
we'll see who the real ones are. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think this format favors a team like the Mets. They built so much momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this is recency bias, but they keep winning these back and forth games. They lost game two, which was like, I'm sure it was demoralizing for them, but they come back and they respond again 7-2, like nothing happened. So that Mets team, man, y'all better watch out, man.
Yeah. And that crowd, I'm gonna shout out to the fans. They're showing up. Like
Hmm.
City Field was rocking.
they better. Team made it to the playoffs.
They were rocking. So kudos to their fans.
We're
Yeah, man.
glad to see both teams in the playoffs. Hopefully we can get a World Series or Subway Series or
You
something.
gotta win game three. You gotta win
Yeah.
tomorrow. Tomorrow
Yeah.
there's 4 games, so exciting
Wow.
day for baseball. All All
Oh,
16 teams play tomorrow. 16? 8 teams, sorry.
18th,
Is
yeah.
it 8 teams? Yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna see another piece, like an inch closer of progression of the
Yeah.
current playoff games. By Friday, we'll have a different idea of what's going on. Like injuries, injuries happen, stuff like that. So I'm excited to see. I do want to mention though, Judge need to wake it up.
I was just
Yeah.
He need to wake it the fuck up.
I was
My man,
just
my man, he needs
it's
to get
time.
something going.
Yeah,
It's time.
I do like the lineup we've had. It's been, uh, they've been doing their thing.
The
They've
one
been tough
change,
outs.
what I would like to see change, maybe kind of switch it up. I would like to see Oswaldo Cabrera stay at first. But if not, I'd rather Ben Rice get in there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's on the roster. I would like to see him get in there if needed.
Okay.
Um, at first base. John Birdie did his thing though. I'm not gonna front. He made some good plays over there. He's never played first in the major leagues. First time was yesterday.
Why would they do that though in the playoffs?
I don't know. It was a risk. He did it though. He did well, like really good. So, but
Bro. There was one play I think where the third baseman threw it to first base and he was a little bit off the bag, but that was more the
yeah,
third baseman throw, I think. But that
yeah,
kind of started their offense,
yeah. But
unfortunately.
Judge got to get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I think Soto got cheated on a strikeout. I think it was clearly a ball when they called it a strike
Yeah, I
three.
think it was a high pitch on that one.
Yeah, I was pretty mad about that. But yeah, I think we'll be all right.
I think so. They'll bounce back. They'll do their thing. They're on the road. Derek Jeter said himself, maybe they need to get on the road to kind
Mm-hmm.
of find their swagger. They were the best team, I think, in baseball, or at least in the American League on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I think they were like 51 and 21 or something.
Yeah, they started the season very hot on the road. So I definitely believe that.
I just want to mention, I'm just a little mad because I'm watching the game and they put judges' stats up and everything is like first in the American League, first, 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 first. And like, yo, this guy's the best hitter in baseball. Couldn't get a couldn't make no contact with that ball, man. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, he was making me look really bad on Saturday.
Yeah,
Oh, dude. He was making himself look bad. I feel like a little bit of the A-Rod effect going on right now.
that's what people keep saying, man.
Mm,
That's why he got to turn it around.
Yeah, hopefully.
cut cut the noise.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough of my banter, my venting on them. Let's go Yankees.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, not going back on your picks, right?
Nah,
Okay.
nah. I'm sticking with them.
By the way, I agreed with every pick you made, Roberto. So shout out. I agreed with all of them. So
Appreciate that.
The man knows his stuff.
I try. But switching gears, let's jump into the NFL, man. What was your record last week? Because I did terrible.
Well,
well, I
I,
went 2-2. I believe Haciel went 2-2 as well. Uh,
bro, I went 1-3.
then what was your game that you got right?
The Ravens. Ravens
Okay.
Bengals.
That was like a
and that was barely too.
yeah, that was a barely
Yeah.
a miracle, man. I was watching that game. I was so tight. Oh man, but I'm glad they won. So, because freaking Burrows had 5 touchdowns, man.
That
Like,
was a
how do
good
you,
game.
like? I feel bad. You throw 5 touchdowns and lose a game.
Haciel, yeah, I felt really bad for him, man. It's like, what else? What else do you want?
Mhm.
What else could you do?
Thursday.
But they got to figure something out in defense. But Haciel predicted the Texans and Bills game to a T. Like it was literally won by a last second field goal, 23-20, just like old times. That was wild.
Yeah, the Bills could have won that game. I don't know what they were doing though at the end of the game.
Yeah, very poor clock management. Stuff that a team like the Chiefs will never do. So
Yeah.
this is what
Mm,
separates con the pretenders with the champs.
Yeah. I
that's a
think
great point.
Bill Belichick said that more teams will find ways to lose games than to actually win them. And
Mm,
Mhm.
that's like a testament to that right there. That and penalties, man.
yeah. Them
Yeah,
false starts be adding up.
Hmm.
yeah. But shout out to the definitely to the Chiefs, to Spagnola. That dude's he got this defense
Yeah.
balling. He's
Yeah.
shutting down the running game, the passing game, whatever you want to do. They're shutting that all down. And they're proving that they didn't really lose much from losing their best corner last year,
Hmm.
statistically. They have not missed a step. So that's a very scary team, man.
Yeah.
If they don't turn the ball over, it's a hard team to beat. And as you can see, they're not gonna beat themselves. They play very smart and yeah, man, it's a great organization, man. Andy Reid is also gonna draw out some plays that only he would do, and it's always gonna work. So that's one of the things that stood out to me this weekend. But there's also like there was a lot of elite quarterback play this week too.
Mm.
I would say like Kirk Cousins woke up.
Yeah,
He
he had a monster game.
yeah, he went wild on a Thursday night.
Was
I
it
feel
505 yards?
something like that, like 109 yards, I don't
Crazy.
know, like four TDs. Joe Burrow, as we mentioned, went off. Lamar Jackson went off. And CJ Stroud, shout out to him. I think he's arrived. I think
Mm.
CJ has arrived. Eye test wise, his accuracy was ridiculous. Super ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he's handing the ball to these dudes, but 15 yards away, 20 yards away.
You be
Like
slinging it in there.
yeah, he just places it. Like he just like flicks his wrist and he just places it.
Yeah.
So that dude was balling. Did I leave anybody out from the quarterbacks? Oh, Joe
Dak.
Flacco. Joe Flacco.
Okay.
Joe
Joe
Flacco.
Flacco. Yes. Joe Flacco went off as well. And Dak too. Shout out to Dak. You
Yeah.
gotta give Dak his credit.
That was like my surprise that the Steelers lost to Dallas. I was shocked that they lost that game.
And they won it in a Steelers fashion.
Yeah.
Like they won an ugly game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am not a fan of watching the Steelers in prime time.
What?
Bro, they win the ugliest. Their games are the ugliest all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
It's like real football type games.
the
I don't know.
prettiest thing about that team was Russell Wilson's fade. Did you see that man's fade, bro? They gotta put him in the game just because of the fade that he had.
Oh my God. That's funny. I'm hearing he might come back sooner, like in
Yeah,
the
I
next
think
few
they
weeks.
need
Oh.
him because Justin Fields looks shaky. Shout out to Wiz for that one. We were speaking about that this morning.
That's funny.
Yo,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's done for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland.
Yo, he looks bad.
Like,
Like bad.
Is it his O line though, or is it him?
No, look at those highlights. Just like look at those highlights again. It's not these he
it's
wasn't
not good.
pressured on these throws. Like he was
Okay.
missing these things blatantly. Obviously the O line is shaky, yes, I'm not gonna lie. But some of these throws that he was just missing blatantly, like he was not pressured. I don't know. I don't know if it's a mental thing or I don't know what's going on with Deshaun, but it was bad. This is one of the worst games I ever seen him play.
Yeah, he's number
I touch one.
26 in passing. There's only 32 teams, bro. Jesus.
Damn.
Justin Fields looked shaky, but he didn't look as bad as Deshaun Watson. That's
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, man. Like his confidence shot or what. Because it's not like his team is whack. The Browns have talent.
Nah, yeah. They
But
got he
weren't
Amari
they
Cooper is still there.
were they in the playoffs last year or the year before? Or at least in the playoff hunt?
They was definitely in the hunt 2 years ago. I
Yeah.
think it was their running game that kept them afloat and their
Yeah.
Yeah.
defense.
But I know Mixon left, but they still have like decent backs and they still got a defense. So
Well,
he's
they have
just
Nick.
not getting them the ball,
Yeah.
really.
Well, Nick Chubb is has just been activated from the IR, I think last week.
Mm,
So he should be a good addition
If
to
he
that offense.
plays, yeah,
Yeah.
to his standard. May
Yeah.
help him a bit. Could toss it to him, maybe.
yeah.
You can't throw it to your tight end or wide receiver.
The good news for him is that it's still week 5, but we're that excuse is running out. Like,
Yeah, people getting
Yeah.
fired and
yeah,
benched.
we'll get to that.
So
We'll get to that for sure.
People ain't
let's
waiting to see.
yeah. Let's jump into our picks though.
All
Because we got
right.
some good games on the list. We'll start with the 49ers and the Seahawks. We got.
Mm,
Who's home? Seahawks?
at Seattle.
Yeah.
Damn, Seattle just lost to the Giants. Geno Smith is actually leading the league in passing.
Yeah,
49ers have been shaky, but I feel like even though they're losing, they know they need to win this game.
yeah.
I
This is a
want
tough one. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I
It is a
want to
tough
pick
one.
the 49ers because it's like my brain is telling me because they're just the more talented team. But the Seahawks are not a bad team. They're playing good this year. They just
Not
have
at
like
all. They are loaded on offense.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks to beat 49ers. I feel like they're gonna win the division this year.
Mm,
Mm.
Yeah. So I
wow.
got the Seahawks. Like they're figuring themselves out, but they got a team.
Wow. Uh, I saw some life. I think Brandon Ayuk had probably one of his best games of the season last week, so that was good to see. George Kittle has been balling too. Jordan Mason had an off day. I expect him to bounce back a little bit. Uh, the Seahawks are loaded in offense and they have a low key good defense, but they have been getting beat a lot uh, by in the passing game, which is weird because their corners are pretty good. Oh, right, right. They're dealing with injuries. My bad, my bad. They're dealing with injuries. So yeah, and this is a Thursday night game, so I'm gonna lean towards San Francisco just on the strength that the Seahawks defense is not. They're not 100% right now. So I'll go with San Fran.
Can I just mention that neither Brandon Ayuk or Debo Samuel have a receiving touchdown so far this year?
Wow.
It's
That's
kind of
why.
shocking. Yeah, just throwing that out there. Find that kind of unsettling. Your two best receivers have not
That's interesting.
gotten into the end zone.
How much of a how much do they miss McCaffrey, man?
Chill.
Yo, a lot. And it doesn't look like he might be coming back anytime soon.
Not at all.
His injuries seem serious. Is what a tendonitis in both feet,
In
both
both
ankles.
Achilles.
Yeah.
Yo, Kyle Shanahan is the worst when it comes to like these injury reports and stuff. Like
Go
on
off.
bro. Oh my God, man, he's bad, man. Wow, he's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, a great coach, but he's a liar,
Yeah. I think they do that intentionally.
bro. You know how many people pick McCaffrey as their number one pick, and because he's like, well, yeah, he has a chance to play. Even Jordan Mason knew he was gonna play week 1, and then he got in trouble because
Yeah.
he told the truth.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
Yeah, after the game,
Oh, after the game, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
they
interview.
asked him, and he probably doesn't. I feel bad for Jordan
I know.
because he probably doesn't have a lot of experience with the media, and
Yeah.
he just answered the question straight up, and then his energy changed the next day.
He said, "Open your mouth again, get benched."
Do better, Kyle.
Yeah.
On that note, I'm going with 49ers as well.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck, you guys. I
I
like
almost went
this.
with Seattle though. I
I'm
was
glad we
close.
didn't all agree.
Yeah, I like that we're disagreeing. That's for sure.
See the next game. Washington versus the Ravens at
Oof.
Baltimore.
You didn't even gotta ask me. I'm going with the Ravens. I feel like they're gonna run the ball. Keep Jaden Daniels off the field. What the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
Keep him off the field and just run the ball. Nah, but he's nice. Washington is nice. They got a good defense. They have a talented offense, but the Ravens are just my team to beat this year. Like they got something to prove. I want them to prove it. And this is gonna be a good challenge for them, actually. Like this
Yeah.
for both teams, really. So I think it's gonna be a close game, a close explosive game. I could see it being like 28-31 type ish.
Yeah, I see this high scoring. I
I
see
hope
this.
so.
Yeah. This is gonna be a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for I'm starting to like really pay attention to Jaden Daniels too.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he is showing some stuff out there that, he's gonna be a really good QB. Um, for me, this was probably the toughest game on the list to pick because both teams are so good and can be
Mhm.
very, very good. But I'm gonna go with the Commanders on this. I'm gonna go Washington.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Commanders going 5-1. Heard you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
totally possible. I feel like they
they're
got that
good,
it
man.
factor right now.
Oh, they are really good. Cliff Kingsbury is drawing up some nice plays over there at Washington. Uh, yeah, this is a tough one, man. I'm gonna go with the home team though. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I think Derrick Henry, he only
He's leaving.
broke, he didn't go off like as he was going off the last couple weeks. I think he might bounce back just a little bit. And I also like this Baltimore defense too. I mean, they had a terrible showing last week, so I think they're gonna have a little chip on their shoulders
Hmm.
Yeah.
this week, and they might do. I see Marlon Humphrey getting an interception.
Okay.
I see doing something to confuse the young QB. Uh, I am a believer in Jaden, but I just feel like Baltimore is more seasoned.
Mhm.
And yeah, I got Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson might win the MVP again.
Hmm.
I feel like Jaden might give him a run for his money though, if he keeps it up.
For sure, especially if he wins this game. But
hmm
yeah.
Yeah. But my man got like an 80% passer rate, completion percentage. It's like unheard of. And it's not like ten attempts a game or anything like that. He's throwing like the ball 30 times and completing it 25 times or whatever. Like
And
it's
Baltimore they can't go behind like they did with the Bengals against Washington. This team, once they get a lead, they keep it. They come for your necks, Washington. They're
yeah.
coming back. They're coming from two back-to-back blowouts now. This is a team that knows how to put teams away. So Baltimore they gotta start early. They gotta start good.
I think they're the highest scoring offense right now.
So what you're telling me is that we should have been picking Washington games so I can get one of the blowouts correct.
That is correct. Yes, you would have definitely got the blowouts correct.
That's funny. But yeah, I think Derrick Henry is leading the league in rushing. I can see them running the ball. Maybe he might not have a crazy game, but when they need like those tough yards, they're gonna get it, control the pace of the game, and keep that explosive offense off the field. That's what you normally want to do to win those type of chippy games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And they have
let's
a
go.
great kicker too,
Yeah. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame.
arguably the GOAT.
Yeah, he's my fantasy kicker too. So let's go. Go Tucker. Those fantasy points at the end, the game winning field goal against the Bengals really helped me with my fantasy game this week.
Nice.
It'd be like that.
Yeah,
Those kickers be literally clutch.
clutch.
All
Yeah.
right.
What's the
Next
next one?
game, Lions, Cowboys.
Ooh, Cowboys is home.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Lions had a bye week. I feel like the Lions is hungry. I'm going Lions.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there, man. I'm gonna go Lions in this one. I think they're gonna come out. They're gonna have a really good game. Golf is gonna do his thing. It's gonna be. I'm gonna go Lions.
Yeah, as Hasio mentioned, they're coming off a bye week, so I think they're gonna have a lot of nice plays dialed up. And I'm also going with the Lions. The Dallas Cowboys have a history with these NFC North teams coming to their town and wrecking havoc. So I'm going with the Detroit Mufasa Lions.
Oh man, and I think Lawrence and Parsons is not they're not playing. I think they might be injured still.
Oh,
So if
really?
yeah, even though they played well without them against the Steelers, I don't
I think
see
Lawrence was there, no? Wasn't he
I,
there last week?
I don't think the best two defenders on the D line were not playing from what I
Wow.
Really?
Mhm.
And well, whoever it was playing, they were giving Justin Fields hell.
Yeah. So I can see the Lions. They're more explosive than the Steelers. They have a much better quarterback at the position, controlling the game and beating the Lions. I mean, beating the Cowboys. And usually, I feel like they always have close games, Cowboys and Lions. But I don't know, I just hate the Cowboys, so let's go Lions.
I think Detroit just has a better team, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
coach
think
maybe
so.
mm,
debatable, right? Yeah.
debatable. Yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of coaching,
Uh-oh.
before we jump into the next game, we had some big, stunning, shocking, surprising-ish news where the Jets have fired their head coach, Robert Saleh. Apparently, he went in this morning, had his regular meetings, and then Woody called him into the office and handed him the pink slip and showed him the door. So the Jets promoted their defensive coordinator to head coach now for the rest of the season. But thoughts on the firing of Robert Saleh, the state of the Jets, et cetera, et cetera?
I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit surprised. Obviously, things are not great with the team, especially the last 2 weeks. They looked pretty bad the last 2 weeks, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Um, yeah, it did seem like they weren't well prepared, so a lot of that does fall on the coach. And the New York media, as Irvin alluded to last week,
Hmm.
is pretty unapologetic. And, X, formerly known as Twitter, was going crazy. I know my alerts were going crazy about Salah. They were going off on this team. Like the Jets fandom, man. You guys, Jets is a wow, man. It's hard to please the Jets fans, man. But yeah, man. It's week 5. They're 2-3, and they actually have they're they could still steal game. Like they could still be in first place after week 6. So it's insane that a coach is getting fired. What was more insane was like the reports after that
Boomer.
stated that he was trying to bring Hackett with him or something. Nathaniel Hackett, like he was trying to get him fired or
Yeah.
something like that. Like that was interesting. I don't know what's true or what's not, but yeah, man, things are looking shaky and and in the Jets locker room right now. But from what I hear from the interim head coach, the players and coaches are pretty fond of him. So maybe this might rejuvenate the team, similar to how the Raiders got rejuvenated last year when they fired their head coach. What was his name? The guy that was with the Patriots, Mike. Was it McDaniel?
McDaniels, Josh
Mike
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. There we go.
Hate that guy.
Yeah, yeah. He's not a likable. I don't know. Like a lot of people don't like him. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
from what I hear.
I think,
Um,
yeah, go
mhm.
ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say, I think something needed to be done. That team is too talented to be losing games like that, how they've been losing. I'm sure the owner probably felt the same way. It sucks, to get fired like that. But his record has been pretty crappy. It's 20 and 36. Like you're almost what's that? Like a quarter or less than half percentage winning, like like what's that, 250% winning or something, 25% winning ratio.
Yeah.
Something bad, something horrible. Like
Some God signer numbers.
you'll have to like win two consecutive seasons to like even break even for a while. So that's horrible. They didn't really have a solid rotation at quarterback. They've gone through six quarterbacks in 3 years, which is insane. Like that's not good. I'm not sure if he was making any of those decisions. I'm sure he probably was because he's the head coach. But to go through that many different players and assistant coaches or coordinators is not a basis for success. He's had a great defensive run. Like the Jets have had pretty good defense, but their offense has been shit. Um, so I think something had to be done, and it's unfortunate to see him go, but NFL is like a win now state, especially with they're going all in. It seems like
Mm.
um for the next this year and last year, I should say. So he had to go, and I was never really fond of him, to be honest. The way he kind of treated Zach Wilson a few times, like he kept pulling him, starting him, pulling him, starting him. I don't know if y'all remember that. Like
Yeah.
who does that? Like that, it was inconsistent. Like he was inconsistent as a coach, which kind of trickled down to his players. And I think the owner probably seen enough of it. Uh, like run the ball, man. Like the weather's horrible. Why are you not running the ball? Why is Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball 40 plus times? And winnable games at that. So I'm pretty sure that probably took into account some of the decision. And Aaron Rodgers said something in the post game where he was like, things have to change, and who knows what, maybe we'll make our run. And usually when he says stuff like that, like, oh, we'll make our run, shit starts to happen. So it's kind of surprising to see this guy get fired like 2 days later. I'm not sure if Aaron Rodgers went in there and be like, yo, this guy gotta go or something, or the owner just felt like, yeah, he has to go. Like he's not getting the job done. We're too talented, too much money being spent here. Let's move on now while we still have a chance. Like you mentioned, they still have an opportunity Monday. They beat the Bills, they'll be in first place in the division. So the
Yep.
division is totally winnable at this point. The Bills are on a losing streak right now. So
They're railing.
yeah. So I'm kind of glad it happened so that the Jets can move on and actually become the team that they're supposed to be. Because I feel like he was holding them back. It was his first coaching job. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think,
first
right?
first head coaching job. He
Yeah, he
used
was
to be a defensive coordinator.
right. So maybe you were too early, man, and it sucks. But New York is unforgiving. The fans are gonna let you hear it. Daniel Jones got it from the Giant fans, so you got to hear it too, man. And hopefully they'll respond well to the defensive coordinator being named the head coach. It seems like they already respond well because they have a great defense. And maybe Aaron Rodgers and Hackett can get on the same page now on offense and run the show like they know they can and
Well,
run the ball so I can get my fantasy points.
it'll be interesting to see what happens now with Hackett because I think honestly he's a much bigger part of the problem, I think, because the struggles are on offense, but that's Aaron Rodgers' guy. So, you know, maybe the reports of Salah ready to fire him and then Salah getting fired. Not saying Aaron Rodgers called the shots there, but maybe, word starts to trickle out and it's like, wait a minute, we can't make Rodgers unhappy. Let's fire the guy who has the losing record, which is the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I think Cesar was the one that texted us the news. So seeing it was like, oh snap, like you don't expect it, but also like you kind of expected it because at some point you knew that a change was going to happen. I honestly thought they would fire him in the off season
Me too.
and start this, essentially the Aaron Rodgers era with a brand new coach and all that stuff. So I'm actually shocked he made it to the season after last year. But yeah, I think a change had to be made. Unfortunately, he's the scapegoat and he's the one that has to be let go because I think it causes the biggest shakeup. Having the defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, he's a dude that I think should have been a head coach last year as well. Because the way he's coached that defense up has been spectacular. Um, but luckily he stayed with the Jets and now he gets his opportunity to be a head coach, maybe stay with the Jets if they're able to turn things around this season. But yeah, a little shocked, but also, we knew something was going to happen. Something had to happen to shake it up because the Jets have just not looked good.
I would have preferred a Devontae Adams trade, you know,
Yeah, that would be nice.
something like
I
that.
could still get it.
Yeah, they can, but I don't
I
know.
think they will. I think they will. We
Yeah, I
might
heard that.
see some stuff twist and turn now.
Yeah, I heard that Devontae. I think they were. So the Raiders are asking for like at least a second rounder for him, second round pick. But I think the only team that has been willing to offer that so far is the Chiefs,
Wow.
and yeah, but they don't want to
In the
make make a trade
division.
with their arch nemesis.
Yeah, it's in the
It's
division.
so it's just a weird situation.
Man.
And Devontae did not show up in Adams today, which he usually shows up on Tuesday, so that was telling for me. And Aaron Rodgers also, he didn't show up in the McAfee show, so a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening. But
So on that note, picking the game. Bills
yeah, all
Jets.
right, the game. I think I'm gonna go with the Jets. I think the new interim head coach gets his first victory, and I think this will build some good morale in the locker room. And everybody on Tuesday morning is gonna be talking about the Jets as a
You're gonna be sucking them off.
legitimate team. As Aaron eloquently put it, they're gonna suck us off. So yeah.
Oh man, it's funny because before we started recording, I had the Bills, but after thinking about it and talking about this process, I think I'm gonna pick the Jets to beat the Bills because I feel like that's
Wow.
gonna light a fire under them to win this game. They need to win this game to stay in the hunt. If they don't lose this game, their
Yeah.
season is gonna derail and go out of control. So this
Yeah.
is kind of like a win or lose your season type of moment, and I feel like Aaron Rodgers is gonna step up because he needs to.
Yeah. I'm excited to see this game because obviously is Bills Jets is a little rivalry going on, especially in division, first place on the line. I'm gonna go New York Jets. I'm gonna go New York Jets doing this thing, bouncing back. Head coach, new head coach doing his thing. Jets are gonna win 42-17.
Damn.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna be vintage. Brees Hall is gonna get his 100 yards. We're gonna see the new Jets do their thing.
Yeah, I hope
42 to
so.
17. Write that one down.
Wow.
I hope
All right.
so. I hope so.
This is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be the game. We're gonna look
Run,
back at this game. We're gonna look back at this podcast episode and say, man, that Rob guy got it right.
yeah. Run the ball, keep Josh Allen off the field, and do your play action rollouts. What that
Speaking of
thing that Aaron
Josh,
Rodgers likes to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of Josh Allen though, like the dude was out cold after that hit. I don't know how
Yeah.
the heck he was back
Yeah.
out on that field, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked bad. That looked really bad. I think I don't know what the concussion protocol was, but
They did not even look at
I don't think they followed it.
Yeah, I'm surprised the NFL hasn't started to investigate it or anything like
The
that.
dude was out cold, bro.
What can
Yeah.
you say? Like, I wasn't out cold. I was just resting my eyes. I was catching my breath. Like,
Yo, the Dodgers, they just hit a grand slam. Jesus Christ.
Oof,
A great game. They were down 6-1, now 6-5.
that's crazy.
the comeback kings.
That series, man, I'm telling you.
Yo, shout out to the wife too, because as you're saying it, she just texted me exactly what was going on in that game.
Nice.
That's fire. That's
Nice.
dope. Um, but
Oh,
yeah, I got
this one, yeah, about that. Going back to Josh Allen, this one's for Irvin. This is where the mid Allen begins, or
Mm.
with this game.
Mm.
yo, y'all saw the look Stephon Diggs gave him at the end of the game.
With that side eye.
Yo, my man. Oh man.
Stephon Diggs is making headlines for all the wrong
Yeah.
reasons.
Yo, he's a
Like,
wild boy, man. He's the wildest. Oh
but he
man.
did give a nice little speech after the win. He did give a good speech, you know. It was heartfelt.
That dude does not need to be talking to the media. That dude's a wild boy. I think there's stories of him having multiple Valentine dates in a hotel on different floors or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like he'll spend time at one of them, then go to another floor. And I was watching a video today. I don't know if y'all sent it or it was on my algorithm. Like who you wouldn't want to date your
Oh
sister
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
Oh, I've
yeah.
Vikings.
seen that.
That's what the
Everyone said
Vikings.
him.
And
Yeah.
they all said him. Yo, I was dying. Yeah, he's a wild boy. He's nasty. He's the type of guy you don't want to take home. I'm just like, damn. And it kind of the rumors, kind of would
Cardi
lead to that.
B and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's bad. I feel bad for Offset, to be honest.
Man.
It's not the
No,
type of
no
news you want to catch.
comments. No
Yeah.
comment. I'm not gonna speculate today.
My
Man.
condolences to them and their family. I'll leave it at that.
Condolences. I think they're still alive, right? Nobody. Oh man,
What is it? Yeah. Peace and love. Peace and love.
my love, my love.
Yeah.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
good games. We got some good games. We got a lot of mid games, but we got a lot of good games too. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how it
Yeah, dude, this was
goes.
a tough. This was a tough 4 games to pick. So good stuff, guys. This was. I'm excited for this week. And there's a few bye weeks too, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be
Let's
good.
see if the Eagles could get their shit together too, because I had them picked to make it far this year, and they have been a
I mean
disappointment.
they're I mean they're playing the perfect team. They're playing the Browns, so we can't get their shit together now.
Yeah,
Then I don't know when.
I
yeah,
don't know when they're gonna get this shit together.
seriously. So let's go Giants, let's go Raiders, let's go Jets. Hope y'all all win
Yeah.
and keep this shit
Yankees.
going. Yankees.
Next time we jump on, Yankees, give me something
Oh,
good.
shout out WNBA,
Yes.
WNBA, right? Yes.
Yeah.
What the New York Liberties?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're in the finals.
They're waiting for the winner between Connecticut and Minnesota, who are in game 5 right now as we speak.
Hmm.
Minnesota's up by 13 with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the fourth. So
Ooh. So they probably got that.
yeah, there's still a little bit of time for
Yeah, this is good
Connecticut to
enough.
make a run, but never mind. Minnesota just hit a three.
Oh man, the
Dagger.
life updates. Yeah, basically. But hopefully, whoever Liberty have to play, they take that
Yeah.
and they whoop
I
that team.
think so. I think so. And Sabrina Ionescu is gonna be the MVP. So I'm
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
starting it right now.
Let's
I
bring
definitely.
all the parades to New York this year, man.
Hell yeah, man. Let's
All
do
of it.
it. Get the stars aligned, the planets aligned,
That's right.
and get these rings. Get these championships. Let us talk our shit. Everybody gonna hate us.
I'm gonna be unbearable.
I love it. Oh man, I can't wait. It's exciting time. Best time of the year, man. Best time.
Yeah. I love it.
But But with that being said, do y'all want to touch on anything else? Or
Well,
should we call it?
yeah, well, I mean, it's up to yeah. I don't know. I mean, did y'all hear about that? Um, the Mufasa storyline or whatnot, the
Yeah,
backstory. I don't know how accurate it is, but
Disney
so
trying to ruin childhoods.
Sure.
yeah,
So
so
apparently Mufasa's adopted, was an adopted orphan and
yeah,
somehow became a king. I don't know
Yeah,
how
and
that works.
Scar was the one that saved him.
yeah.
And then killed him. So I don't
And
know.
ate him.
I mean, I'm sure Scar did something in between that, but at least from the backstory, it seems like he was supposed to be the rightful heir, and I don't know
Yeah.
if Scar messed that up somehow,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they just gave it to Mufasa because Scar. First of all, his name wasn't even Scar before; his name was Taka.
Hmm.
So then he ended up getting a scar. I think he did something stupid.
Hmm.
And then that's how he got that scar. And that's why his father just named him Scar to kind of like remind him of that.
Hmm.
As
Yeah,
at least that's what I got from what I read.
I wonder if they're gonna try to humanize or whatever Scar. Like you know how
Yeah,
they
like
do that
have you
with
feel for
villains?
him.
Yeah. I
Like they
wonder.
did with the Joker and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because we
I could
Maybe.
didn't
see that.
know shit about him, so
I could see that. I'm sure he has his reasons for why he was the way he was. So I do appreciate. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna be
hmm.
watching the movie.
Yeah, for sure. Comes out December 20th.
Oh wow, Christmas movie.
Yeah, nice little
Yeah, they know what
family
they
movie.
doing. Exactly. That's easy $1 billion for them right there.
Yep.
That's crazy how you can make a movie and make $1 billion now.
Which it's because everyone's gonna go on Christmas Day, which not a lot of people know the movie theaters are open on Christmas Day.
Hmm. It might be cheaper too, like half price or something.
They're normally empty.
Hmm.
So I've gone on Christmas Day to the movies. It's pretty cool.
You just get the whole theater to
That
yourself.
makes sense. That actually does make sense.
Yeah.
It's probably
I
not
feel
all the traffic outside either.
No,
yeah.
nothing. Because everyone thinks everything's closed.
I feel bad for the people that have to open up those theaters though.
Absolutely. I
That
do
is
as
true.
well.
Yeah.
Like y'all don't got families? Probably not. Not no bullshit though. Like that's probably what really happens.
Mm,
Like
damn. My man went dark.
I'm sorry.
I'm turning into Scar.
No, but there
Right
are
before our
people.
eyes.
Yeah, there are people out there that. Oh, I used to be one of them. Like I used to work all the holidays because I didn't really have anybody, I guess, to share those holiday times with. So we'll work all those days, and it should be smooth. But now, like that, I'm older. Not everybody's married. Not everybody has kids or family. Like people die here and there, so they just rather work than be home thinking about it and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
sorry to go dark, but
that's all good.
it's cool though. Like it gives people stuff to do. It's like, oh, we opened up a presents. Okay, let's go to the movies, or
It
something.
is.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, no, yeah. As a family to go to the movies with, especially with the kids, to watch Mufasa, that sounds great. That sounds very
Yeah,
dope to do.
sounds like something I'm about to do this year.
Yeah, I
Mm,
may have to do that. My son's birthday is a couple weeks before that, so
And
that may be our
the,
birthday movie this year.
the inception is real, yo.
Crazy.
I'm down. I got
yeah,
enough to do, really.
yeah. But prayers up for everybody in the Florida region. Uh,
Yes.
Word.
Irv is one of them. He's in Orlando, so he's not in the worst part, we would hope. But you know, um, this thing, from what I hear, is pretty strong. This Hurricane Milton.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty damn bad.
Isn't it a category 5, like the highest that it can
yeah,
go?
it's like the
Yes.
third highest in history or something like that. So
It's
yeah,
scary because Florida is not that wide. It sticks out like a sore thumb. It's covered on both sides by bodies of water. So technically, like one super duper hurricane can just like wipe that shit off the map. because it's already marsh lands, like it's already swamps, a lot of
Yeah,
Florida, and it's like I'm not sure if it's below sea level or at sea level, but it's not gonna take much to just you know wipe it off. So yeah, hope everybody is safe. I have, cousins and aunts and a whole bunch of family down there. I have been in contact with them. So far they're okay. Definitely make sure you have extra batteries, food, things that
Candles,
yeah,
all that.
prepare for the worst, hope for the best type of stuff.
yeah,
Um, and hopefully we'll see y'all soon or
Yeah.
hear from y'all soon. Prayers
Prayers up
that's
to everyone. Prayers up, man.
definitely.
On that note, fellas, thank you for another great episode. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please remember to keep liking, sharing, subscribing, comment. Let's go at it, man. Let's talk some baseballs. Let's talk some NFL. Argue with us. We're happy to debate it, man. But thank you all for the support.
yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.